Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not.
Written in the stars. Let me scribe. Delve into destiny. Shadows of fate.
I will have order. Stabilize.
Wind, hear me.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Go as planned.
Everybody stand back! Huh? Let's light it up! Huh?
This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Let's light it up!
Order guide you. Solidify.
I swear by my sword. Go as planned.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Not this time.
Let's light it up!
This is order. Stabilize.
Everybody stand back!
One after another. Barbados, guide us.
Order! Gather!
Written in the stars. Let me scribe. This should cover food and rent for a while.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we... While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the... Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
villagers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What happened to him?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit! Mr. Albedo, say something!
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to... prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Let's go see him.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose. Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking, as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental
That was fast. Looking for...
Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
What should I try this time? My friend, what can I get?
You can't beat the atmosphere here.
The pure waters of melted snow are optimal for hydromancy.
That was fast. Looking forward to An average outcome for a fine dish. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Нет, не ломай. Вот. Вот тут что-то.
The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it!
И вот что-то лежит.
Still in one piece! Good thing... This must be electrohypostasis powder!
Goodness, you managed to find them. I'm wondering...
Yep!
Unfortunately, only an...
You mean...
Don't be disheartened. I have to... Right then. Up until now, our research... In essence... Looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff... The one over there... So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain? I know of a...
Точно. Альбеда это шляга. На него просто сразишься, не может. Это будет плохо.
to jump.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the... I will factor...
The opposite side.
Without limitate, some of us, no matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would...
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing... emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, Traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us.
Me? If it turns out... If the natural laws of...
But how does this help your
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I mean, gold, the essence of the... I'm willing to... All these things that...
Oh, so that...
Precisely.
So after all these
Of course not. Now, follow me.
Ты можешь полететь. Я не знаю, что мне говорить, поэтому... А еще где чуть-чуть насморк. Ну и фиг с ним. Опа. Вот этот кварц. Ну, для майнкрафтеров он кварц, так что пусть будет кварц. Для меня тоже кварц. Попробуй пока.
I imagine you must have encountered... I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test. I'd like you to There are... As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. But try it and test... So, let's see you...
А где головоломка? А, вот это.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Да ну нет! Да ёпрст, ты можешь, господи, залезть на эту стену дурацкую! Я ненавижу эту...
Stabilize! Order guide you!
Ты офигел.
Swear by my sword!
Ну куда ты бежишь, детка?
Let's light it up!
Твою сыр!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Идиотский лазер. Ну естественно, а где еще может быть эта феечка? И она 100% полетит на третью колонну.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey, explaining things.
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating in all kinds of strange experiments? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact... I've investigated everything else. The only...
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention... But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is... Now then. All things considered, I deem that... Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But the only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Tevat's natural law, but imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something is not
Paimon thought...
Life is a short life. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here, arguably?
Albedo...
Thank you both. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that in the future, if the need arises, well... I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary the result... But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy... Can I rely on you to stop me?
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Weather's not bad today. Oh, crud. I jinxed it. Now it's bound to rain.
Ad Astra Abyssath. You have already claimed today. Ad Astra...
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make... No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other. She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for a lunch, even one at Lioli Pavilion. That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised. Time is very valuable to me. So when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, everyone has their own idea. There is no standardized way to measure something like this. You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora. There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave. Did you organize this entire breakfast? Uh-huh. I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chamber's chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long. What do you think? Is the food to your liking? Oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes. On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There's an awful lot to get done most of the time. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself. Relax, I'm just joking. Baishar probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise on it. If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start working. Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Liali Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please? I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits. I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her. Thank you. I'll be in my...
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this. Anyway, you can take it now.
Did you get it? Ah, this is the one. Please. I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression. Phew. Thank you. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident. Oh, then it's mere flattery. You pick your moments to... I never knew you had such a mischievous side. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day.
Great. Well, let's leave the formalities aside. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with him, too. Do you mind if he sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the illustrious traveler. I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to... Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved. So, the rumors are true?
Rumors? About what exactly?
You know, the rumors about the two of you. You haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't... The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity, even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Chising.
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her inner...
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh!
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines?
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder, if the news is spreading like wildfire, who's fanning the flames? I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
I see. Well, I was planning...
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every mora you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
You think so too, huh? Okay, got it. If that's what both of you think, maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely... Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd...
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was...
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although... I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along. Good, then let's do that. There are some So, even though my secretaries are very capable and Come on, the auction is being held at Yujing Terrace.
Lady Ning...
Sorry to have...
No.
Great. This is the He happened to... Do you mind if...
No, not at all. I've always... Oh, I'm loyal. That's what I...
Rumors?
You know, you haven't heard. Come on. And if you didn't have...
The Traveler even...
Oh,
You're compared... I've missed out.
investment?
No.
Oh, but
If it were real... I had my... So I would have...
I see.
In my opinion. Long term...
You think so too? Huh? Okay. Maybe. Lady Ning...
Good.
Now I see. You think clearly.
You've been listening for a while. Has it sparked an interest in the business world? That means if you are in...
I won't take up...
See you next... Right then. I'm a little... Yes. In that case, what's next on the... let's go to Mingxi. Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Lady Ningguang. One moment, please.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care. Yes. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods. The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom-made. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact—
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see. We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few marks on there, though.
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work. Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants. It reminds her of her mother. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants. It's understandable to think that way, and in the but things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this, and this only makes me all the more excited. Thank you for the repair, Xingqi. This is a great help.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure.
Let's go and meet them.
Auntie Ningguang! Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time. Yes, indeed. and they are some of... I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first, but they, on the other hand, were so enthused. It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly enjoyed themselves while they were at it. So, fill me in.
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. But you didn't do your homework, did you? Yeah, but it's not... You still gotta try. Like teacher says, Liyue Harbor is in a new age now.
This new age started after that great battle, you know. Well, this is a dramatic change. Unique in all of the millennia of Liyue's history. Everyone... What about you, Nan? You haven't said anything yet, and...
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty...
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean. How much cargo were they carrying?
Yeah, I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They looked really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite a big cat. The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how heavily loaded a vessel is from how deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it's something you can tell from experience. At least for the...
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can tell with just one look.
A few days ago, I heard some people saying that they said that when they get here, the price will go up.
Oh, really? Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like? All right, never mind.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten...
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually...
It's my comb. You remember?
Of course I did. If I...
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang.
It was just a small favor, really.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
They...
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding.
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
I'm sorry. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, they told me you'd forgotten all about the comb, and then they bought me a new comb, and I'm sorry. I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb is better than the one you helped get fixed for me.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad.
I must say, this is most intriguing. How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for...
Okay. They're over at the docks.
All right, then. Don't worry, it'll all be...
Are you gonna go punish the bad guys?
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and game. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-ups about what they're allowed to do.
You think that kid's gonna fluff her lines? Also, let's be honest.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Just try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted informants. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And
Lady Ningguang?
you knew how important that comb was to Nan Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence and confuse her conscience.
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. We never should have crossed.
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some point, we're all trying to get the better of one another. So but you cannot put Mora above all else. You cannot go exploiting children for profit.
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity. We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. Let's go all in on this one. See, so we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up. We thought this was gonna...
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but we had so much inventory that no one was willing to buy it.
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead, and the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. We just didn't have any other choices.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story. But not everyone has the capability to make rash. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of wild speculation can be?
100%. We've both barely slept in day. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots, thought it was all hilarious.
We messed up, completely and catastrophic. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated, just like that. All we want now is a chance to start over.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines off your hands, but the portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in the past, you...
Huh? But that means our profit is zero.
Then you're free to find another willing buyer. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these circumstances...
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debts and be done with it. This is a lifeline and we should be grateful for it.
Yes. Yes, you're...
I have no particular need for luminescent spines. But I'm quite sure I can uncover...
Okay, so, shall we get this deal done now, or...?
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a full and unreserved apology. This is an opportunity for you to show remorse.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go back and see the... We're back. Everything's all sorted.
Huh? Oh!
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything.
What do you...
I think it should be your choice, and yours alone.
Well...
Since it's all sorted out now, and nothing super bad happened, but we can't just let them off. We gotta show them you don't mess with us.
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see anyone else try to con.
I've made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play hide and seek. Great idea. Let's go play hide and seek at the...
Wait a second.
Nope. No waiting. Come on!
So full of energy. Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them.